leaders who took this stage this afternoon before I came on stage. I want to thank you all for your leadership, for your support, for your service, for your dedication, for the partnership. We are very fortunate and very blessed in California for so many reasons. But we have extraordinary leaders, many of whom I've worked with over many years, who do their work in a way that is very personal about representing the people of our state and being a voice for those things that must be spoken and heard, and being leaders for the most voiceless and vulnerable among them. And I'm honored to have you leaders with us today, and I'm so honored to have your support. Can we please give it up for all of the folks? So, well, we got a lot to talk about. Okay. So, as all of you know, we announced our campaign for President of the United States. And we announced in Oakland, the place of my birth, many weeks ago now. And I think many of you know I now live in Los Angeles. I actually gave myself the name. I decided that I am a Sangelino. And it was wonderful though, and many of you were there with us in Oakland, where we brought together what we thought were going to be a few thousand people, and about 22,000 of our best friends showed up, so that was kind of nice. And as you all can imagine, a lot of folks have been asking, because we're still at the beginning of the campaign, so a lot of folks have been asking, you know, why are you running? Why are you running? And I tell them there are many reasons. Many reasons. One has to do with what I think we all know, which is that we are at an inflection moment in the history of our country. We are at a moment in time where we are each individually and collectively being required to look in a mirror and ask a question. That question being, who are we? And I think what we all know is part of the answer to that question is, we are better than this. So this then becomes a moment that we must fight for the best of who we are, and fight we will. People ask me, why are you running? I say, well, you know, I believe that this is a moment in time where anyone who professes to be a leader has got to fight for the importance of restoring truth and justice in our country. I believe this is a moment in time where anyone who professes to be a leader has got to fight for the importance of restoring equal opportunity for all people to succeed. And then there's kind of a personal reason I'm running, which is, you know, my sister Maya and I, we were raised by a mother who was all of 5 feet tall. But if you had ever met our mother, you would have thought she was 7 feet tall. And she was the kind of parent who, if you ever came home complaining about something, the first thing she'd do is she'd put her hand on her hip and she'd look at you and she'd say, well, what are you going to do about it? So I decided to run for President of the United States. About the importance of restoring truth and justice. So truth. You know, a lot of us have been talking over the last couple of years about the importance of truth in the context mostly of the many untruths we've been hearing, right? But I'd ask that we also think about the importance of truth in this context, which is, there are a lot of people in our country right now who rightly feel a great sense of distrust in their government, its institutions, and leaders. And the thing about a relationship of trust, we know it in our personal lives, we know it in our professional lives. The thing about the nature of a relationship of trust is that it is a reciprocal relationship, right? You give and you receive trust. Well, one of the most important ingredients in trust is truth. But there's a funny thing about truth. Speaking truth can often make people quite uncomfortable. And for those of us who often speak behind a microphone or behind a podium, there's an incentive that when we speak, we'll engage in happy talk. We'll try to make everyone feel lovely. We'll sprinkle lovely dust all over the room, and people will applaud, and the job will have been done. Well, speaking truth doesn't always accomplish that goal. But the other thing about speaking truth is this. Yes, people may walk away from that conversation thinking, no, I didn't particularly like what I had to hear. But they will also walk away from that conversation knowing it was an honest conversation. So I believe this is a moment in time where leaders must speak truth. So now you all are looking at me, okay, Kamala, what are some of the truths you have in mind? Well, I will share some with you. Let's speak truth. If Charlottesville didn't make it clear, if the Tree of Life Synagogue did not make it clear, if what recently happened in our backyard in Poway did not make it clear, racism, anti-Semitism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, Islamophobia, these issues are real in our country. They are born out of hate. Hate, which has recently received new fuel over these last 2 years. And we must all agree, wherever that hate displays itself, we must agree that we will speak out, that we will speak up, we must all agree that whomever is the subject of that hate should never be made to fight alone. Let's speak truth. Let's speak truth. America's economy is not working for working people. So how do we know that? Well, in our country today, almost half of American families cannot afford a $400 unexpected expense. In America today, in 99% of the counties in our country, if you are a minimum wage worker, working full-time, you cannot afford market rate for a one-bedroom apartment. In America last year, 12 million people took out a loan of on average $400 from their often in excess of 300%. America is not working for working people. And I find it really interesting, guys. I find it really interesting. So then, you know, supposed leaders, they walk around talking about, oh, the economy is great. The economy is great, they say. And so then you ask them, well, how so is this economy of yours doing so well? How might you be measuring this economy of yours? And they talk about the stock market. Well, that's fine if you own stocks. Then you ask, well, how else are you measuring this great economy of yours? And they talk about the unemployment numbers. Well, yeah, people are working. They're working 2 and 3 jobs to put food on the table. And let's be clear, in our America, nobody should have to work more than 1 job to put food on the table and have a roof over their head. And on the subject of the economy, let's also agree on this. When you lift up the economic status of women, you lift up the economic status of families and communities and all of society. But yet in America today, women for the same work, for the equal work, on average make 80 cents on the dollar. Black women make 61 cents on the dollar. Latinas make 53 cents on the dollar. And this has got to end. And it is an outrage. So tomorrow, I am going to announce the first ever national priority on closing that pay gap. Holding corporations accountable for transparency and closing that gap. And you will see the announcement tomorrow. There will be penalties if they don't. There is that truth. But to get there, to that truth, we gotta hold on to the truth that I'm about to speak, which is the vast majority of us have so much more in common than what separates us. Let's know that truth and speak that truth. The vast majority of us have so much more in common than what separates us. And here's how I think about it. I think about it based on what I call the middle of the night thought. You know, some people refer to that as the 3 in the morning thought. Other people refer to that time as the witching hour. You know what I'm talking about, right? When you wake up in the middle of the night with that thought that's been weighing on you. Well, for the vast majority of us, when we wake up thinking that thought, it is never through the lens of the party with which we're registered to vote. For the vast majority of us, when we wake up thinking that thought, it is never through the lens of some simplistic demographic some pollster put us in. And for the vast majority of us, when we wake up thinking that thought, it usually has to do with one of just a very few things. Our personal health, the health of our children or our parents. For so many, can I get a job, keep a job, pay the bills by the end of the month, retire with dignity? For our students, can I pay off those student loans? For so many families in our country, can I help my family member get off their drug or opioid addiction? The vast majority of us have so much more in common than what separates us. And so I say, as we march toward 2020, let's hold on to that. Let's claim that. Let's know that. And let's not buy what some people are trying to sell. When they're trying to convince us it's us versus them, because I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. And let me tell you else what I'm not buying. I'm not buying this conversation that's been happening recently about how, you go to the Midwest, you need to have one conversation. You go to the South, you have a different conversation. If you go on the coast, you have a different conversation. I'm not buying that either. I'm not buying that. And I would also ask that as we march toward 2020, let's also remember one of the greatest strengths about who we are as a nation is that we, by our very nature, are aspirational. We are an aspirational nation. We are a nation that was founded on noble ideals. The ideals that were present when we wrote the Constitution of the United States and all of its amendments and the Declaration of Independence and the Bill of Rights and those words we spoke in 1776, that we are all equal and should be treated that way. We are aspirational. We are also clear-eyed. We've not yet met those ideals. But the strength of who we are is we fight to get there. So this then becomes a fight that is born out of optimism. This is a fight that is born out of knowing what can be, unburdened by what has been. This is a fight that is not only about the soul of our country, it is about love of country, and